Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, December 24th. It's Christmas Eve, Hanukkah Eve. I'm thinking of my grandmother Eve. Um, it's, boy, all these messages are coming in today. It's just dinging away. Um, you know, I wish everybody all the very best, regardless if you celebrate any of the holidays or not. Just the best for humanity. That's what I really care about. And that's what I'm sending my wishes out to, is for everybody to be enjoying life to the best of their ability every day when possible. Um, it's always been fun. One of the things I miss is I used to love when we would do the Mark and Brian Christmas show every year. Mark and Brian, for those that didn't live in Los Angeles, were two major disc jockeys in Los Angeles. And every year they would do a Christmas show. And it was really nuts because I think they went on the air at 6 a.m. and it was live. And so we would be down like at the Hollywood Palladium at 4 a.m. getting set up and everything. And then the place would fill up and then we would do this live show. And it was just nuts. But everybody in town wanted to play on this thing. We would have, Jeff Vaccaro and Jim Keltner, Tower Power Horns, Scotty Page. You sort of name it, and all the different artists that really wanted to be down there in the morning, everybody from like Kenny Loggins to Kiss. You sort of name it. And then we were the house band, and we would back everybody. And then one of the things they would always do every time was they would bring in an old actor, and they would set up this really cheesy fireplace and a chair, and they would read The Night Before Christmas, and they had this big book and everything. And like on my one of my bases, that's where I got Mel Torme and Bob Hope came down and did it. Milton Berle came down and did it. Tony Curtis did it. Jack Palance did it. It was unbelievable every year. We just loved it, and I'd get these guys to sign my bass when they were there. But the thing that was really amazing about that was the year. Like if it was, Milton Berle or somebody, they would sit down on the chair and they get this big book and they would go, "'Twas the night before Christmas," and all through the house. And they would start doing the whole reading from the book. And when Jack Palance came and did it, he sat down on the chair and he opened the book up and said, "'Twas the night before Christmas." Boom, closed the book and did the most astounding reading. He knew that poem, and he did it, and the whole place just went. It was like you could hear a pin drop. It was so mesmerizing. He was just the coolest guy. But I remember on one of the shows, Mel Torme came and he sang a Christmas song, which he wrote, "Chestnuts roasting on an open fire," and Donald O'Connor was there singing "White Christmas." I got to back both of them on that show. And I remember going back to the dressing room afterwards, and I said, if I die in a car crash on the way home, it's okay. This day was a good one. Getting to do those two iconic songs with two absolutely iconic artists was just bitchin'. It was great. I loved it. I missed that show. We had so much fun doing that show. And just lots of memories and lots of guys. But musically, I've done a lot of Christmas albums with Vince Gill and Clint Black, all kinds of people. And I've usually featured them. And I believe I featured this album in the past, but I didn't want to go digging it up and all that. I thought I'd just put a fresh spin on it for this year. And that was an album that we did in 1993 called Aaron Neville's Soulful Christmas. Now, every chance I ever had to work with Aaron Neville, to me, was just one of those, mark that one down, when we did the Linda Ronstadt duet with Aaron. You're just sitting in the studio and you see this big dude come in. He's got, daggers tattooed on his face. And then he opens his mouth and this angel comes out. And plus, just everything he did. They are like the first family of New Orleans music and everything. It's like I've always loved being around the Neville family, but this was really a fun project to do. And it's always a trip when you end up doing Christmas albums because they want it out for Christmas. So chances are you're probably recording this like in July. So it's hot as hell outside. And then you come in and there's like, they've hung Christmas lights and tinsel all over the studio and, just trying to get that Christmas energy going. It's just funny. There's this kind of juxtaposition that takes place from outside to inside. But I'm going to go ahead and play a couple of the songs from this album just to kick off the holiday here. Now, the first one I'm going to do is called Please Come Home for Christmas. It was written by Charles Brown and Gene Redd, and I'm going to give you the credits on this one. The horns were arranged by Lee Thornburg. Background vocals are Daryl Finnessy, Dorian Holley, Jim Gilstrap, and Rick Nelson. I'm on bass. Steve Foreman is on bells. Ed Green is on drums. Dean Parks is on guitar. The horn section is Dennis Farias, Lee Thornburg, Lon Price, Tom Timko, and Vince Denham. Jim Cox on keyboards. I look back to these every time I see like Ed Green. I did so many records with Ed Green back in the day before he moved to Nashville. But he was one of the main staple drummers in Los Angeles, did tons of the Motown dates there. His pocket and his time was like just so amazing. And we were sitting and talking one day about our own histories. And I said, I started on piano and blah, blah, went through this whole thing. And I said, when I was 12, I finally got to a piano teacher who, if I would have started with her, I probably would have stayed with piano because she was so great. And I said her name was Debbie Green. And he looked at me and goes, well, that's my mom. It's like all the years we've been working, I had no idea. And her studio for teaching their garage was converted. And chances are when I was there getting my piano lessons, Ed was probably in the house. And we were both like 12 years old. So it was funny how those things work out. And then I look on here, keyboards, Jim Cox, and I'm getting ready to go to England with Jim because he's, become the keyboard player for Lyle Lovett. But he also is like the first call piano player in Los Angeles. So we've done like tons of records together. So when I see everybody's names on here, there's so much history that comes rolling back. And I'll give you the actual tech stuff on here. We recorded this at Capitol Records. It was mixed at Bill Schnee's studio, mastered at the Mastering Labs, mastered by the great Doug Sachs, mixed by Bill Schnee, produced by Steve Lindsay. Recorded, the engineer was Gabe Veltri, and the assistants on recording assistants were Bill Smith, Bob Loftus, Noel, I've got better things to do, Hazen. And I think that is it as far as the executive producer on this was David Anderley. I didn't even know that. And David, I love David. I did so many records with David, all the early Chris Christopherson, Rita Coolidge. He was like one of the main producers at A&M Records. So we did Corey Wells from Three Dog Night, all kinds of stuff. So let's do Please Come Home for Christmas. Here we go. This is all so good.
Bells will be ringing, the glad, glad news.
What a voice.
Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. My baby's gone, I have no friend to wish me greeting once again. Choirs will be singing silent night, Christmas carol by candlelight. Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. If not for Christmas, by New Year's night. Friends and relations and salutation. Sure as the stars shine above. This is Christmas. Yes, Christmas, my dear. The time of year to be with the one you love. Oh, won't you tell me you never move wrong? Christmas and New Year will find you home. There'll be no more sorrow, no grief and pain. 'Cause I'll be happy, happy once again.
Go, Dean.
Ooh, no more sorrow, no grief and pain. 'Cause I'll be happy Christmas once again. Yeah.
You know, just Aaron's one of those guys who sings one note and you go, oh, Aaron Neville. You know, like Joe Cocker was that, Willie Nelson. There's just those singers that, man, it only takes a note and you go, oh yeah, that's who that is. Let's see, what do we got here? Let me jump in another one here. This is called Such a Night. And this was written by Lincoln Chase. And it's the background vocals are Daryl Finney, Finney, I believe is how he pronounces his last name, Dorian Holley, Jim Gilstrap, and Kevin Dorsey. Myself on bass, Ed Green on drums, Dean Parks on guitar, Jim Cox on keyboards, Lon Price and Tom Timko on saxophone. So let's go, Such a Night. Let me find that. I'm assuming this is probably, yep, this is it. Here we go.
'Twas the night before Christmas, all white with snow. I was lying back waiting for my baby to show. I was searching my mind for the right things to say, but she had to leave the very next day. When out in the driveway, I heard such a clatter. I dimmed all the lights and put on Clyde McFadden. And she came through the doorway and she gave me a kiss. And the rest of the night went something like this. It was a night, ooh, what a night it was, it really was. Such a night, the moon was bright. Ooh, how bright it was, it really was. Such a night, the night was alive with the stars above. Ooh, when she kissed, ooh, I had to fall in love. Ooh, it was a kiss. Ooh, what a kiss it was, it really was. Such a kiss, how she could kiss. Ooh, what a kiss it was, it really was. Such a kiss, just the thought of her lips set me afire. I reminisce, I'm filled with desire, and I give my heart to her in sweet surrender. Oh, how I remember, I'll always remember. Ooh, that night, ooh, what a night it was, it really was. Such a night, came the dawn, and my heart and the love and the night were gone. But I know I'll never forget a kiss in the moonlight. Ooh, such a kiss. Ooh, such a night. And I give my heart to her in sweet surrender. Oh, how I remember, I'll always remember. Ooh, that night. Ooh, what a night it was, it really was. Such a night. Came the dawn, and my heart and the love and the night were gone. But I know I'll never forget a kiss in the moonlight. Ooh, such a kiss. Ooh, such a night. Well, it's now Christmas morning. and my baby's gone. So I light up the tree, turn the radio on. I sat down in my chair and let out a sigh. I sang away in the manger and angels on high. Now my family and friends will soon knock on my door. So I'll say Merry Christmas to you and to yours. May your days be cheerful and your burdens be light. But mostly I wish everyone such a night.
Now she's gone, gone, gone. Yeah, she's gone, gone, gone. And the dawn, dawn, dawn. And the night was gone. And my heart was gone. And her love was gone. And before the dawn, oh, 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 such a night.
There's no one like Aaron. You know, and when you're in the studio with him and you see this big presence and then you just hear that voice, it's a trip. Oh, what do we got here? Let me do a couple more for you here. This one is great. Louisiana Christmas Day. Myself on bass, Keith Frazier on bass drum. The choir is Alex Brown, Brett Hudson, Gabe Veltri, Jackie Goucher Ferris, Jim Cox, Lynn Mabry, Mark Hudson, and Steve Lindsay, Ed Green on drums, Dean Parks on guitar, Jim Cox on keyboards, Lon Price, Tom Timko, and Vince Denham on saxophone. The sax solo was the great Plaz Johnson. Ajay Mallory on snare, and it was written by the great Jim Cox. So this one's extra special to me. There we go. Louisiana Christmas Day. Aaron Neville on his Soulful Christmas. Downbeat, come on.
I'm a family man. I wasn't born to roam, but it seems like every Christmas finds me far from my home. I love singing my song, but it gets me down to hang my stocking in some hotel when the bad man comes to town. But it's alright, it's gonna be okay, 'cause this year I'll be home. Come to Louisiana Christmas Day. Oh, mama,
What a
I'm
groove.
gonna find a way. Your little boy's coming on home. Come to Louisiana Christmas Day. Way up in the bayou, though there won't be snow, but my friends all invite me round for a Christmas do-do. I'm gonna hop up a plane, or I'll use my thumb, but you best believe I'll be around that tree when Christmas morning comes. Oh, it's alright, it's gonna be okay. Your little boy coming on home from a Louisiana Christmas Day. Oh, let the good time roll. They gon' talk away. Your little boy's coming on home from a Louisiana Christmas Day.
Plaz.
But it's alright. It's gonna be okay. I'll be home. Come on, Louisiana Christmas Day. Oh, mama, I'm
Thank you, Jim Cox, for a great, great tune, man. I love Jim. Okay, I'll do one more here. This is called The Bells of St. Mary's. Background vocals are Daryl Finnessy, Dorian Holley, Jim Gilstrap, and Kevin Dorsey. Myself on bass, M.B. Gordy on bells, Ed Green on drums, Dean Parks on guitar, Jim Cox on keyboards, and written by Emmett Adams and Douglas Ferber. So let's jump into The Bells of St. Mary's here, and we'll close out with this.
Bells of St. Mary's, I hear they are calling the young loves and the true loves that come from the sea. And so my beloved, when the red leaves
That's Aaron.
are falling, the love bell shall ring out, yes, ring out for you, yeah, you and me. Bells of St. Mary, I hear they are calling the young loves and the true loves that come from the sea. And so my beloved, when the red leaves are falling, the love bell shall ring out, yes, ring out for you and me.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah. Happy life. Let's just go for happy life. Let's be inclusive with everybody. We need it now more than ever. So take good care. Have a safe day. If you're going out, be careful, because this is also a time when people can be somewhat irresponsible. So be defensive and when you're going out, and have a good time. So I'll try to connect tomorrow and see you. But for right now, let's just enjoy an Aaron Neville here. So take care. Bye-bye.